Hey, y'all. Val Sunshine from Unplug the Matrix here with Kimberly Eckham. We are just two gals completely obsessed with others, helping them unplug from the system. If you live, if you breathe, you're part of the system. And we're just teaching others how we escape through our personal journeys, our experiences, our stories. Because when you tap into your power, you create a life well lived. And I am 100% about helping, Kimberly's 100% about helping you find your way through um, the enslavement that we've been put through from the system. You've got to understand that there is a lot of things that the wealthy do not want you to know. So we help you find your way through digital assets, cryptocurrency, finding financial abundance, and just allowing yourself to heal fully.
You will be empowered to change and your thinking, because that's where it starts up here, and then it becomes your reality, right? So an acronym that Val and I live by is wealth. We're warriors for freedom. Above all things, we want freedom for you and your family, empowerment, abundance, love, and thinking for yourself, knowing that you're a sovereign being created in the image of God, which means you're already free. You just have to believe it in your heart, and you have to believe it up here. And then it does become your reality because you have the power to change it and create it. We love talking about lifestyle because, again, it is a lifestyle. Freedom is a lifestyle. It's allowed me time with my kids. It's allowed me to homeschool. It's allowed me to travel when I want to pick up and do whatever I want to do as a free sovereign being. It's also just created a purpose for me. This work, Val and I talk about it all the time. This soul work is very purposeful. It's very meaningful. And I think when you align, not think, but I know when you align your purpose, then everything that you want out of this world comes to you so much faster. Prosperity, abundance, health, good relationships, just feeling like you're living, right? You're not in survival, you're thriving. And that's what it's about. So we want to help you create that life that we are able to create for ourselves. And today we're going to be talking about one of the ways specifically that we have created time freedom and wealth freedom, and it's a big part of what the system doesn't want us to know about, which is cryptocurrency. And so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the my 3 to 5 reasons why I freaking love cryptocurrency specifically for myself. And I'll tell you what, I'm Val is the nuts and bolts of our operation. That's why we are such incredible partners. But I'm the visionary. Like, I can see something and I'm able to see the longevity with that. That's just one of my gifts as a leader. And one of the things that I'm very good at is being very resourceful, and I was able to adopt multiple and passive streams of income pretty quickly on in my entrepreneurial journey. And so when I heard the words decentralized, I was like, huh, decentralized to me is out of the system, not being a centralized status quo systematic approach that we've been conditioned and adopted and enslaved into. So when I heard the word decentralized, I was like, yeah, like that means I take control of my money. I'm my bank, and I don't have to get approval from anybody what I do with my money. So I was pretty excited about that when it came to cryptocurrencies. The other thing is, as a business owner, I love the aspects that I can passively leverage cryptocurrency. So I'm always using my crypto card, and I'm earning 2% back every day. You won't even earn that in your bank if you held it in your savings account for a year. So that's just one way that I love cryptocurrency. The other thing I love about it is staking. I can earn up to 8% staking my money. That's another passive stream of income. You can't do that in the bank, right? You can't do that. The other thing is, I am my bank. I love being able to just go into my cryptocurrency and do what I want to do. I don't have to go to the bank and have this long. Have you ever tried to do a transfer, and it takes like sometimes a whole day? I literally go into my bank, my cryptocurrency wallet, and I'm able to send Val money, or I'm able to pay for whatever I need for my businesses and services in like usually less than a few minutes. And you can't. I don't. I am very much a freedom loving person. I don't like getting permission for things that are in my life. And I know every time I have to talk to the bank, I hang up the phone very frustrated. And every time I get into my cryptocurrency, I'm like, hey, I do what I want to do. And that's very important to me. The other thing I love about cryptocurrency is the gains. cryptocurrency is the biggest and fastest industry that is making millionaires overnight. And I don't like to teach a quick fix, get rich quick fix, because that's not what cryptocurrency is. However, cryptocurrency is an asset class that is so different from our typical structure, which is why many millennials and why many people are flooding over to cryptocurrency, and the establishment hates it because it's giving people actual freedom. And that's one of the things I love about it, is that one of the things I heard early on in my crypto currency journey was it's 3 years to become a millionaire in a bear market. And I was like, huh? I didn't quite understand that until I got into the bull run, and I started to see my gains triple, somewhat even like 200%. And so I was like, whoa, like this is insane gains that you don't see in most industries. So no, you're not going to become a millionaire overnight. However, it is the fastest disrupting industry to create millionaires. And we know that without wealth freedom, you cannot live a life of freedom. And if you do not understand that our money system, I won't even call it an economy, because it's a Ponzi scheme that funds a privately owned entity. I believe truthfully that the money has been stolen from humanity, and that it's kept us enslaved. And so I personally love cryptocurrency because, again, if you think like a long-time investor, not someone who's trying to get rich overnight, but a long-term investor, and you see what cryptocurrency is giving freedom back to the people, then you will know that, hey, in 3 to 5 years, you could change your life overnight, right? So that is the biggest reason why I love cryptocurrency.
Well, that you can definitely sum it up with 3 or 4 or 5 things, and then you start to think about, like, man, I love this too, and I love this too. When I started thinking of, why do I love crypto? I was terrified of crypto when I first found out about it. I was like, I had people offer me to pay me back in the day. It was like 2014, 2015, 2012. If I really go back with their monopoly money, I was offended that somebody wanted to offer me that. I was like, you what? No way. I don't want that. And then I rolled into some little smart contract that my friend was telling me, hey, if you put some money in, like if it goes to a penny, we could be rich. And I did not understand it, but I understood the math. And I was like, oh, so how do we get it from here to here? And I really started to roll with it. And I started telling Kim, I'm like, I'm so terrified of this. And she's like, just get in it. It's not going to be something valid, because I have to, like she said, the nuts and bolts. I have to know all the working parts and the pieces before I jump in, so I can feel secure, especially if I'm going to share it with somebody, or I'm going to invest my hard-earned money into it. And she's like, just learn while you earn. And after about a month of me listening to YouTube videos and realizing I was not listening to the right thing, I wasn't listening to the right person, which was making me feel like I was spinning out of control. I didn't understand the fundamentals. Once I realized, like, I have to earn and learn at the same time. You have to jump in and get started. You can't sit on the fence with it. And once you get in, it's like the energy just pours down. You're like, this is where we're supposed to be. This is the people's money. This is our decentralized lifestyle, that those of us that can see the bigger picture of the world, and if you're watching this and you follow us, you're in that group. This is something that allows us the freedom to be able to make our own choices. I absolutely love that. You go and put your money in a bank somewhere. They charge you to keep your money there, even though your money's not really there. It's somewhere else. They don't have to have your money in the bank. They could just shut down. You're like, well, okay, if the IRS wants to come take your money, they can just take it. Cryptocurrency allows you the privacy, the security, and the opportunity to choose where it's at, what kind, what it's worth. Well, we don't really get to pick what it's worth, but if you want to pick what it's worth, you can say, I've got this cryptocurrency, it's worth this, and move it right into a stable coin. And now it's locked in, at that solid amount. So it gives us a lot of leverage to be able to choose how we want it. And I'm just obsessed with the opportunity of being able to make those choices and in turn make profit from it. Because if you just let your money sit in the bank, like we've all been, indoctrinated life of doing things the systematic way, you start to, it's just, we're programmed. That's the way it is. But when you see that it doesn't need to be there, you don't have to have somebody controlling it, and you can just have it in your wallet, Like I've got my little wallet here. Nobody on the planet has access to this. This is my money, 100%. I can keep it a secret if I want to. Privacy. However, it's fully transparent. So when you think about the privacy, the security that you get, but it's transparent, you know, I don't know what's going on in the government, where the money trails go, because I'm not in the bank. I don't see the ledger. I don't see the times and who it went to. You can track all of my transactions within cryptocurrency because it's fully transparent, you know, and that's something that a lot of people have a misunderstanding about when it's crypto. It's like, oh, it's all this shady stuff going on, and you know, there's crimes going on. That's with our fiat system. That's what's been going on for years and years and years, and that's corrupt, and we don't even get to see beyond what they allow us to see. So I'm excited about that. The transparency, it's a trend. You know, Kim's always said, and it's stuck with me, a trend is your friend. Like that's legit. You see, I just saw that McDonald's, you know, they came out with their NFT. The quarterbacks and the football players are all getting paid with cryptocurrency now. If they would have gave everybody stimulus money in digital currency versus a paper check, your $1,200, $1,400 would be worth $11,000 if you would have invested a year ago in Bitcoin. You know, so there's the availability of like worldwide adoption with it. It doesn't matter if you're Black, if you're white, if you're young, if you're old. It doesn't matter what country you're in, because most countries don't have access to banking systems. Even in our country, you don't have access to it, but it's mass adoption. It's trending. There's so many things. Walmart just announced that they're getting in the game. Facebook is now in it. So the scared tactics that they've been putting on people to not take that direction, those are starting to lighten up because people are excited about freedom and they see this opportunity, and the big names are coming out and spouting about it. And you can give to a nonprofit, a charity organization, and not have to worry about all the other hoops of who the money's passing through. If you think about like FEMA and the Red Cross and stuff, and the social or the Salvation Army, and you're like, I'm giving to a good cause, but where's that money actually going? You can't, you know, this is straight from me to you. There is no middleman. It's decentralized. And they've taken the decentralized life and given us decentralized finance where we get to become the bank. And that's one of the biggest things that crypto excites me about, is I can earn passively regardless of if the market's going up or down. I can still put my money into a contract, into some kind of staking, and I can earn on that every single day. You can't do that in your banking system. I have access if I want to go pull it out. It's my money. I can do that. And crypto is like, it's the happiest I've been when it comes to money. I have worked hard. I have been successful. I have made a lot of money, and I never knew how to spend it. I never knew how to invest it. I bought things. I'm not a buyer of things anymore. I invest. Anytime we get anything Christmas, that's what we did. We did investments for everything. Yeah, you know, because you realize it's not about things, it's about freedom. And taking these
mindset shift.
These things, yeah. And you go around and you're like, yeah, I bought that and it's sitting there. And yeah, I bought that and it's sitting there. Now I'm like, I buy really good things for my health. I grow my food and I invest in things. And I spend the rest of my time doing a lot of research. When I'm not researching, yeah.
Knowledge is power, and that's a form of investment. That's a lifestyle. That's what we teach this.
That's why I say knowledge is currency. How you spend it is how your future is going to be. And I didn't come into this space with the money mindset. You know, I came into this space for myself personally, of wanting to grow with other people in the community, because that's what I came from, is helping people on their journey unplug. And then I found out about creating generational wealth, and Kim started talking about buying silver, and I'm like, why don't I know this? Like, I know how to get healthy. I know that gut health is important. And, you know, I teach these things, but when it came to saving or putting money over here, over there, I'm like, babe, look at this wallet. We have this, you know, we have this much. And that's never been the case. We're still making the same amount of income, but now we're able to really maximize it. And it's blessed us. Like, I can't even, that's why we want to continue to share with so many people. Like, it doesn't restrict, it's not limited for just a certain class of people.
Right. And one of the things, like, I want to kind of piggyback off that is, again, showing people that in stepping outside of the indoctrinated system means stepping into a space of just not knowing all the answers, but just saying, I'm ready to learn. Because when you put that out there to the universe, to God, to your creator, that you are ready to kind of unravel. We talk a lot about this, that subconscious mindset programming, even the indoctrination of what we were taught in public school. It's a whole nother world when you step into the side of consciousness and awareness and building real wealth. We were never taught how to build real wealth in the public school system. When I started learning, I read the book, The Compound Effect, and how the wealthy know how to compound, and compounding their health, compounding their wealth, compounding their mindset, compounding knowledge. It's all about investing, as Val was saying. When you invest in your knowledge and you invest in yourself, not about, keeping up with the Joneses and having the fanciest car and the fanciest house. None of the wealthy don't do that. They don't do that. What they do is they invest, and then that investment levels them up into another paradigm shift, into that next step, that next version. And that's what it means to be consciously aware, is to invest in yourself. And so I want to leave you guys with this. One of the things that I pay a lot of money to, again, I think you can go, I say this all the time too, work smarter, not harder. I invest into mentors. So Val and I are mentors, but we have mentors as well. I don't know any mentor that doesn't have a mentor, to be quite honest with you. And so I'm always investing in my mentors on how can I cut corners to gain more wealth. That's how I learned about cryptocurrency. How can I leverage more assets so that I'm building more residual and passive income on my assets? That's what the wealthy know. The 9-to-5ers do not know this because we weren't taught this, right? And so one of the things that I'm really proud that we offer our clients is we are able to give crypto signals and stock signals and silver signals. There's so much going on in our economy that is predicted. It's predictive programming that's playing out. Like, I've actually said some of this stuff that was coming 2 years ago, and it's here. So one of the things we love to offer our clients is when there's a signal move that's happening in the crypto space that you could 10x, 100x your investment, that's something to not sit on, right? And we actually, this year in our program, one of the signals that we offered people, I made $10,000 on, because I paid money for that signal, and tons of people in our mentorship made really good profits with the one crypto. And so the point I'm making is we both share our portfolios, in our mentorship program, because a lot of times people come to us and they're like, well, what crypto, which asset, what are you talking about? And that's like that's a very big door to explain to someone. Well, it's not just one asset. It's about understanding the fundamentals for why you're investing in these assets. And everyone who knows me knows my biggest investments is ISO 22. And again, that's where our financial economic system is headed. And so we teach a lot about that in our mentorship program, as far as what's happening to your economy, and why does everything seem so crazy, and why is everything unraveling, and why is it that it seems like they're sharing fear about cryptocurrency, but then you have the Fed saying that they're looking into CBDCs, and it's like, well, because this is what they've been planning for a really long time. So if you're a patriot and you're a freedom loving person like Val and I, we promise you that this trend is your friend. And one thing that the masses are not good at is, if you look throughout our history, people who saw the oil boom, saw the Model T Ford, the .com era, the blockchain era, the people who saw Bitcoin, they changed their life in a very short amount of time because they saw the vision before the masses did. And we are sitting if you are the percentage of history right now, our population that knows the truth and sees what's happening, then you are sitting in that 1% seat where you could change your life and create generational wealth for your family. And we want that more than for everyone, because we know that we can't change the system if we're broke, right? And we've been enslaved into that. But if we can be a part of the system changing, whether you like it or not, it's happening, then we can bring the money back to the people, and we can create change, because you can't create change if you don't have the wealth to do so, right?
And
so
you
having
can't
wealth
create change if you don't know where to start either. So
Exactly.
many people they're in such we call it a lack mindset, but it's because we're forced to be that way because we don't realize, like I'm solutions. If you come to me, I'm going to give you a solution. If you come back to
Same.
me, I'm going to give you a solution. But if, and it's a fundamental approach to life. If you know the basics, but if you don't know where to start, that's where mentorship really, really has changed everything for me. Personal development, finding my way. My brain works differently than other people's, and I know that if I have all these tools that I can share with other people, they're coming in at a different level. Some people are already up here, but they're lacking something over here. The healthy people want to learn about money. People that have money want to learn about health. People want to heal their generational trauma from back in the day, or learn about nutrition. Like, we've got all the nuts and bolts and pieces from our life, our journey, our experience, our healing. There's been so much healing, so it comes out to wealth. Like when
Yeah.
we say that acronym for wealth, it's really all the pieces of the puzzles coming together. But it's because we want to change, but we just haven't known like where to start. And so I like for everybody to understand, you don't have to feel like you can't get started because you don't know where to start. Just start. Like everything else starts coming into your life. You're like, oh, now I have time for that. Oh, now that thing is right, and now I have time to add this one thing. You don't have to jump all in head first. And that's what we offer, with the opportunity to grow with us, is we've got all the pieces, and
when people ask me what I do, I literally say I am a holistic transformation coach, a holistic approach to getting your crap together. That's why we're called Unplug the Matrix.
Yeah. It's all the things, when people ask me like, what is it? And I'm like, I mean, nuts and bolts, like, can I elevator speech this really fast, putting it together, because it's a lifestyle. And when you show up for yourself and you do a little bit of work, or if you do a lot of work like Kimberly and I have done, it's an empowering feeling to just live and walk in abundance, and knowing that you're educating and investing in yourself, and it blesses you over and over again. And no matter what's going on in the world's crazy right now. There's so much BS every day. You can go to your newsfeed, turn on the TV, talk to your neighbor, your mailman. They're going to talk about the crazy that's going on in the world. But there's all this other stuff, that's going on, that's empowering us to take charge and not have to do it like the masses do. We can be a collective and show up differently. So it's awesome.
Unplug the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, we just wanted to come on here and share, who we are. We're always going to come on and share, topics that relate to who we are, what we do, and how we got to where we are. So we hope that you guys will follow us on YouTube, follow us on Gab. We're going to be looking at avenues. Yeah, definitely Gab. When True Social launches, we'll be on there. But you know what, guys? Stay aware, number one, and continue to unplug the matrix. It's very important.
Yeah, give us a like, subscribe, share it with your friends, talk to us, chat with us, connect with us. We love to grow with community as a collective. I know a lot of people, we call them lurkers and watchers, and I know you're watching this and you just can't hit that like button, but that's okay. We appreciate your viewership, but we do like to connect with you guys. So whether you want to jump into mentorship or you just want to connect with us and grow with us, we've got, you don't have to pay for everything. So, but yeah, so anyways, we'll leave you at that. Yeah, have a good one. Bye.